as to why they wouldn't be able to survive on their own, which is why we now have the pleasure of taking care of them. Now we do have two different species of seals out here. We have two gray seals and three harbor seals. So our gray seals, one of them actually is right here in front of me working with our trainer Laura. This is Della. You'll notice that she is much larger than the other seals.
That's why they're rescuing.
Much larger than the other seals.
We'll walk to the middle of the beach there with our trainer Medusa. She also has that elongated nose, but she's a little bit smaller than Della. And that's because Della is 29 years old and Medusa is 3 years old. So someday Medusa will be around the same size as Della. That's one of the trademarks of gray seals. They are much larger species than our three harbor seals, as you can see. But you're also going to notice that Kristen and Laura will be working with Della and Medusa a little bit differently. And that's because they are both completely blind due to cataracts. Now, Medusa was able to have hers removed right here at the aquarium in 2017. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to regain any vision from it just because her lenses, were a little bit too degraded from the cataracts. But she's a lot more comfortable and is going to be at much less of a risk for other health problems such as glaucoma. So both of them are going to have all verbal cues, and they're also going to use their hands to kind of feel around and let the seals know where they would like them to target, which you can see Laura just did for us. Now in the middle of our two gray seals, we have our trainer Eric, who is working with Sandy. Sandy is a harbor seal and the oldest marine mammal here at the aquarium. She'll be 39 this year. Now the average life expectancy for a harbor seal is about 25 years, but under human care, they're able to go well past that since they have great care from our staff every single day. We have a vet that comes once a week to check out all of the animals here. We don't have to worry about any type of predators here in the exhibit. Now Sandy is also very famous in the seal world. She was the first seal to ever undergo cataract removal surgery. So that surgery Medusa received back in 2017. Sandy was the first seal ever to get that, and she was able to regain partial vision back in one of her eyes after that surgery. You're also going to notice some scarring in her eye region there. And that's because over 30 years ago, she got a little too close to another seal's pup, and that mother reacted defensively like any good mom would. And it just goes to show that although they do look very cute and cuddly, they do still have teeth and use them if they feel they need to. Now her wounds are completely healed. They're just going to heal a little bit differently than ours would, since she spends half of her life in salt water. And then over to my very far left, we have our trainer Hallie, who's working with our male harbor seal. So she has Lumiere and Striker. And the easiest way to tell the difference between the two of them is Striker is missing a hind flipper. He had to have that amputated after being struck by a boat, and because of that, he was unable to swim against strong currents. And then in Lumiere's case, when he was rescued, it was found that he had pneumonia, and during his rehabilitation, he was unable to eat live fish. So if you can't eat live fish, you won't be able to survive out in the ocean, which is why they deemed him non-releasable. Now I do want to open up to you now, my audience. Does anyone have any questions at all about our seals that I could answer for you? Any questions? Any question? So we actually don't like using the word tricks here because all of the behaviors that you guys saw our seals doing are all things that they would normally do on their own naturally in their own natural environment. Our trainers just put them to a queue for husbandry reasons, so things that allow them to participate in their own daily care, like receiving eye drops, getting their nails trimmed, getting their teeth brushed, just behaviors that make it a little bit more comfortable for the animals to participate in that daily care, also help strengthen the bond between the trainers and the animals, so it's much more trusting and they can get all of the necessary health care that they need every day. So we like to call them behaviors here just because, again, they're all things that they would naturally do on their own. Any other questions? Question way up there?
There's no question.
How do they swim in the water? So these guys are marine mammals, which means they do require air like us to breathe. They have lungs. But they are equipped for the water, so you see they have those nice flippers that they can use to pull themselves through, and they're hind flippers as well. You can see Striker is showing off how to swim with those hind flippers. They also are what we call conscious breathers, so us as humans, we don't think about breathing. But now that I said that, every one of you is thinking about the breath that you're taking. These guys do have to think about it, so you can actually, if you watch their nostrils, they're going to open and close them themselves. So that way they're able to control when they are breathing. Because of that, they can take naps in the water, but they're going to come up on land to sleep. But to swim in the water, they're going to rely on all those flippers that they have to kind of pull them through and deep down into the fish.
Literally.
Any other questions? So they don't breathe underwater. They have lungs just like us, so they will have to come to the surface. As you can see, almost everyone is doing right now. Kind of hanging out the surface, being able to breathe in some of that air, and then they're able to hold their breath for about 15-20 minutes to go under. You have a question?
How do they stay in the water for a lot?
So that's where those flippers are going to come in. They're able to kind of push themselves down and swim to the bottom. You can see they're going to keep constantly moving. Sometimes if they want to, they can lay still underwater. But again, it's going to be those flippers that help them stay underwater and then also bring them back up to the surface when it's time to get some air. Any other questions? All right, well, if you guys don't have any questions, we do want to thank you all for coming out today. As a nonprofit organization, every dollar you guys spend here goes right back into the care of our animals, and we hope you guys have a great holiday. So they're going to use their nose primarily, but yeah, they can breathe through their nose. Yeah, but if you think about when they're in the water, if their mouth is a little bit closer to the water than their nose is, so they might pull in some water, just like if we were to breathe through our mouths and we're swimming.
My dog.
When they like do the wave, or so that is actually an extension of a behavior where they're going to wave their flipper. If something comes too close to their pups, to their food, just to them in general, they're going to wave their flippers around to kind of get out of my space, get out of my space. But our trainers can extend that a little bit further and kind of teach them they can stretch a little bit more to bring it together. So that's something that we call enrichment, where they're going to learn those new behaviors, which are extensions off the natural ones. So that way it's still something that they can actually do on their own. They're just not going to want to extend it as much out there because they're more
It's like almost a
trying
human.
to get them away as they're
A me?
swimming away.
Human.
Ow.
If